Hello and welcome to BimmerKing. Today we have the BMW M2 Coupe. As you can see, it's a decent sports car with a very muscular design. And with a 3-liter 6-cylinder engine producing over 369 horsepower, it's a true beast. We will talk about the exterior, the interior and of course the infotainment system. So let's go. Hello and welcome to BimmerKing. Today we have the 2018 M2 Coupe, which has minor changes from the previous model. It now has adaptive LEDs and the rear view camera has become standard. Under the hood it has the M3's and M4's turbocharged 3-liter inline 6-cylinder engine, but it has been detuned to 369 horsepower and it will take you from 0 to 100 km an hour in only 4.2 seconds. It has a nicely weighted steering wheel, precise body control, strong brakes and a sweet engine note. On the side here you can see that these headlights have BMW adaptive LED headlights. From the front of the car, I believe this looks like it has 4 eyes that look very aggressively at you. Of course, the aggressive design helps with the sportive look of this car. It has very large air intakes and very sportive looking bumpers. And when I say it has large air intakes, I mean really large. Up front, BMW's signature twin inlet grille sits above a large air intake that rests between a pair of big angular air ducts. That's a lot of area for cooling, but then again, this turbocharged coupe has a considerable performance envelope. The front fenders are flared to deal with the M axles and wide tires underneath. Overall, from the front, it has a very aggressive and muscular design. This car has very nice rims. As you can see, they are 19-inch double spoke wheels with the M emblem right underneath the BMW logo. It has blue brake calipers with the M emblem printed on it. Here you have a closer look. As you can see, it has the Michelin Pilot Super Sport tires with the 19-inch lightweight forged aluminium rims in familiar M twin spoke design. It also has M compound perforated and vented disc brakes. It also has very wide tires, which really make this car stand out. At the sides you can see a character line which resolves into a grille in the front fenders and a hole in the rear fenders. You'll also notice how wide the wheels are and that they really stand out from the car. From the side you can see the roofline. The roofline drops quickly into the trunk, where it is cut off by a short rear spoiler. Here you have a closer look at the spoiler of the car. The overall effect is a somewhat stubby coupe that looks like it can take on anything. And on top of the car you have the signature BMW shark fin, which I really love. And with this particular car you can see the panoramic roof, which is slightly opened. From the back you can see the M emblem on the right, and looking at the side it's very clear how the wide fenders and big wheels and tires give this car a special macho aura. You can also see the rear view camera, which is standard in every M2 coupe. The exhaust pipes look very sportive, exactly like they should. And the nice design of the rear taillight. Overall, I love the exterior design of this car. Let's take one more quick look around the car. You can see how sportive it is from the front. You can see the lines at the side and the big 19-inch tires, as well as the M emblem on the side of the car. The exterior design is pretty much a small car that still looks very sportive and muscular. This has to be one of my favorite BMW designs. From the back you can see the four sportive exhaust pipes, the width of the car, and the broad tires. And of course the color of this car is Alpenweiss, which is German for Alps white. You can see the aggressive looking LED adaptive headlights of this car. And that was around the car. Now let's take a look inside this car. As soon as you open the door, I noticed the blue double stitching on the black leather. When you enter the car, you of course have the M emblem at the bottom, and of course electrical seat adjustments. It has a pretty good first impression when you open the door. So let's take a look at the inside of this car. As you can see, this car has a lot of leather. It's the black Dakota leather, which is double stitched in a blue color, as you can see everywhere. This car feels rather small to sit in. Of course it's more compact, but it's very sportive. It's not really practical, but it's more like the best adult toy you can buy. Now let's talk about the steering wheel. The steering wheel is very sportive and small. It has the stitching in the M colors, and underneath you have the M emblem at the bottom. Of course it's an automatic car, but over here you have the paddle shifters. It has a lot of shortcut buttons to control the infotainment system. The gauge is only partly digital, which I like a lot. The speedometers are still old school, but there's of course an OLED display, which gives you a lot of information. I personally like the old school look because I find it more sportive. It still looks sportive, yet it gives you a lot more information. At the side here you have some driver assistance buttons, such as steering and lane control. Over here you have some buttons to change between comfort and sport mode, and of course the electronic gear shifter, a handbrake, and of course the controller for the infotainment system, with a lot of shortcut buttons. You see some sportive looking carbon fiber down here as well. And the rest is pretty basic. Over here you have some cup holders and a USB slot. And of course some extra storage space over here, with another USB slot. The seats look very sportive, and I like the blue double stitched leather. And the seats really keep you in your place while being very comfortable. Then there is some storage space over here, as well as at the side at the door, with some cup holders as well. Over here you have the controls for the panoramic roof, as well as the SOS button and some light buttons as well. The panoramic roof doesn't go all the way back, but it's a nice touch. And of course, like we are used to, there's some storage space over here, over there at the door with a cup holder, and of course here there are two cup holders with a USB slot. To start the car you press this button, you immediately see the gauge light up. It has an 8.8-inch infotainment screen. Now let's look at the options it has. In the car settings you have lighting, both interior and exterior. Interior has the ambient lighting for classic and sport. In the exterior you can change how many times the light indicators flash. In the intelligent safety, you can configure at what time it will give you a warning. You also have sport configuration, where you can change a lot of options about the car. In the iLife settings you can add mobile devices, you can change the language. You also have options for the touchpad. At the display you can turn off the display, but we will not do that now. In the instrument combination you can change what you will see. You can change the date and the time. And you can change what the main menu shows. You can add driver profiles, you can look at the status of the car. Right now it has a warning. It tells us that we have to drive to measure the force of the tires. You can see some live techniques such as efficient dynamics. And you can see the sport display which shows you the torque and the power of the car. In the main menu you see the connected drive. We turned on the news. And you can control it in multiple ways. You can control it with the controller or with the touchpad. That's basically everything about the infotainment system. You also have some shortcut buttons at the steering wheel to make this easier. Now let's take a look at the back of this car. From here it looks rather small. It doesn't look like it can fit 4 adult people. So let's check it out. When you enter the back, first you have to pull the chair forward. There's a handle right here. And to help you even more, you can press this button. My first opinion is that it looks very small, especially looking at the other seat. But we do manage to get in. Now let's pull the chair backwards again. And I will try to show you how much space I have above my head. So above my head I don't seem to have quite enough space unless I lean forward. So for small trips it would be okay. You can pull this thing forward as well to give you a nice armrest and of course some cup holders. Okay guys, let's have a look at the back of this car. In the trunk, you can see it's rather small. The trunk has a cargo space of 13.8 cubic feet, which is enough to do some groceries, but not enough to go on holidays with the entire family. But that's not what this car is for, of course. Now let's have one final look at the exterior of this car. Well, that was the video for today. If you liked it, leave a like and subscribe to my channel BimmerKing, and I hope to see you on the next video. If you would like to see a review of a special car, write a comment down below to let me know what car you would like me to film, and I hope to see you on the next videos. Goodbye guys.